Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, September 20th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. When we look about ourselves, and it's, we are in a constant learning, educating ourselves about ourselves. And think about how long it's been, well, since the beginning of these bodies, when they were first created, that we've had no knowledge of who and what we are for a very long time. Actually, forever. And you can understand why there is such a I don't even have a word for it, humanity, the civilization in many different directions, perspectives, to see how the mind, the subconscious mind is programmed, taking in all of this from, birth to full-grown bodies. And that is why the civilization has been so lost for so long, relying on external authorities. Now, remember, external authorities, what that really means. And it doesn't take long to figure it out. Anything that dictates to you how to believe, how to feel, what to do, when to do it, and then it just goes, it goes much farther than that. This is why the civilization of this planet Earth is in such disarray, because of lack of unity. The unity is the one. It is source. Understand that. It's not like we're all glued together and we have to move together as one. It is our gods within the body. We are pieces of source. We are a divine creation. And the majority of civilization has been constantly pulled into the physical material. That's the way it's always been. Physical material. It's never spiritual. God within. All of our answers are within. Well, you ever notice that when you have external authority and all the things through your life that you have followed, has it ever really felt right deep within? Or has it felt like, why am I doing this? Or why, did you ever ask yourself, why am I listening to this? Being told, how to live, what to eat, where to go. Being constantly herded like any other mass of animals. It's like herded sheep, goat, cattle. You ever notice that? That's what these low frequencies, these low energies, that's what they do. Now, once we begin to connect with our gods, we begin to realize that we are an infinite, omnipotently powerful source creation. And that's what this is all about. It is about connecting and interlinking with the source of which you are, the God. And the more you embrace that, the more you understand that you are not weak, that you are super powerful, that really, based upon what you create through the mind dictating these thoughts that aren't real until you make them real, it doesn't matter what's happening to you. This is why, see, if you base yourself on the surface or the flesh, then we're lost, see? If we disconnect from the God and we concentrate just with the flesh, we are lost. We don't have the power. We separate from it. This is why we become disheveled, worried, fearful, stressed, scared, all of these things. And it is so important for us, on our own volition, in our own choice, to connect deeper and deeper within to our gods. Now, when you do this, it doesn't matter what is going on, such as entities attaching themselves to the body, feeding off of your energy. Beam attacks, frequencies, it's all frequencies, trying to disharmonize and disrupt your field. So, but when you're connected to your God, you are protected, always. And you can acknowledge that. So when things occur that may occur in your journey, you're able to vaporize, dispel, degenerate. And you just don't have these issues. And some people do because they believe that they aren't powerful. They believe that they're weak. What are they going to do? Okay. Now, I suggest that there is a mantra on my website, weareonelightforall.net. And you should probably copy this mantra and use it in the morning. Use it whenever you want. Eventually you memorize it. Plug in whatever you want to plug in. That's the way it's designed, but it is a very powerful mantra. And the reason you do that is that you're programming the subconscious mind with that mantra. And after a while, the subconscious mind is in autopilot and is literally reciting that mantra, reminding you to recite the mantra. And why do we do this? Because it reinforces the fact that we are the God. Okay? And when you do that over and over and over again, repetitively, you're reprogramming a lot of the goop that the subconscious mind has assimilated. And this is all about you. It's all about how powerful you are. It's your strength, resolve, confidence. It's your joy. It's your peace. This meditation is reprogramming the subconscious mind. This is where all of our things stem from, through the mind, through the ego. So the subconscious is the melting pot of all of your experiences and all the things that you have traveled through in this life and sometimes some of the other lives. So you know that we absorb a lot of negativity in that subconscious mind, or we would not operate the way we do. So what do? You reprogram it. You begin, just like we've been doing, you begin to remind yourself of who and what you are. You are the God. You are the kingdom of God. You're the mind of God. And this is very, very empowering. It gives you clear, concise understanding. That's all you are. That's all you've ever been. You're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. And once you get that programmed into your subconscious mind, it goes on autopilot, just like it does now. But the things that it goes on autopilot right now are the things that we don't really care to entertain. See, because you've got a double whammy. You've got the mind creating thousands and thousands of thoughts every 24 hours. It's incessant. It's all the time. And those thoughts aren't real. They're just thoughts. And so then, of course, the mind, and most of us, dictates to the heart mind, so you get the emotions, the fear, the anger, the stress, the disillusionment. All throw your hands up in the air. Oh, I'm giving up. This is ridiculous. And that's the mind creating those thoughts, causing your emotion, your heart mind, to go haywire. Okay? See, because the reason the heart mind is so powerful is because of the fact that it's the emotion. It dictates to the mind to be calm, be peaceful, to still yourself. Those are the emotions. The mind does not have emotions. It has thoughts. Okay? This is why we all experience these upheavals emotionally, because we don't know this. A lot of people, they don't know it. But a lot of the times it is the dictating of the mind to the heart mind that causes the majority of all of our issues. And not only that, the mind dictates the thoughts, and then you embrace the thoughts, and you create the thoughts. So the thoughts become reality when they were nothing. They were just thoughts. You see how this weaving works? You see how it unfolds and it becomes clear to you, and then you look at it and you review it and you say, this is making sense. This is how things flow. This is how they work in this 3D matrix. It's to keep each and every one of you in the dark and not know who and what you are ever. It's to make you feel that you are alone, that you are powerless, that you are in fear, stress, anxiety, and forlornment always. Okay? That's the key. Now you imagine if the civilization of this planet comes together on their own volition, not being forced, not being coerced, not being talked into it, but within them, their gods reach them. And they start to realizing one sip at a time who and what they are. And then we start coming together. It's like this planet transforms completely. It isn't what it is right now. Okay, guys? It really isn't what it is right now. It is much more beautiful, much more enjoyable, much more alive. All of these pieces are really heavy-duty keys if you ledge them down and you literally start reprogramming your subconscious mind. You fill it with the positivity. Yeah, you can't do it overnight, but you begin to. And you start filling it with positivity, optimism, uplifting, higher vibrational frequency. Can you imagine that you have the power to reprogram your subconscious mind to the point where the frequencies that the subconscious mind is contained with in itself, no matter what it has absorbed all these years in your life, the higher frequencies that you're programming it with overpower all that which is low frequency, which is the negativities. Okay? So when you're with yourself and you say, I'm happy. I am happy. You say it through the heart mind. That goes to the mind. and that the mind begins to withdraw. You'll notice this, that the hecticness and the noise of your thoughts begins to become subdued the more you pull and push yourself into the higher frequencies. It all changes. Now, as soon as you start falling back into those because you're blindsided or you're, seduced, whatever, you'll notice the shift again, which is much lower and heavier. So it's your choice. Do you stay in the higher shift or do you stay in the lower shift? Do I really want to feel worried, stressed, and feared off and on throughout this life? Do I always want to wonder, am I going to be able to survive? Am I going to be able to eat? Am I going to be able to have enough money? Am I going to be able to sustain this body? It's on and on and on. These things are incessant. And so the emotional track to the heart-mind is what causes you to be this way for all of us. So we reprogram the subconscious mind. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to relax your body. Just relax the body. Drop the shoulders. Ease into yourself. While you're doing this, you want to move in to the now. Because the now is all we have. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. We are only in the now. All things happen in the now. And what the now does is it stills the mind because you're only in the now. You're not entertaining the future or the past. You're just in the now. And while you're moving into the now, not 10 minutes from now, not an hour ago, not an hour from now, not 2 hours from now, but the now, you are going to want to breathe. Breathing is very important for these bodies. You want to breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. That's it. That's what you do. Breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. And while I'm talking, you want to do this at least 6 times. So as you breathe in, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003. And as you do this, you're focusing on the now because your breath is in the now. For all of those of you who are new, that's why we hold our breath for 3 seconds. It focuses us into the now. The breath cannot be tomorrow, and it can't be yesterday. And we all know this. So it's like when you go to bed and you can't slow those thoughts down that are just incessant, that are just bombarding you. Whatever it may be, whatever that mind was instigated and how it starts just berating you with, barraging you with all of these thoughts, you just can't seem to sleep. Move yourself into the now and focus on your breathing. It will go away. It will go away. It will dissipate. It's automatic. No? It might not happen within seconds, but as you breathe, and as you stay in the now, it will dissipate. And then you will fall off to sleep. Same as in the morning. Same as during the day. Moving into the now and breathing, because most of us only breathe like 60 15 to 18% oxygen because we shallow breathe and we take our breathing for granted. Now, remember, you are operating in your heart mind. You're not operating in the mind, you're in the heart mind. You emerge. You are high on the body. When you become depressed and you become down and you become worried, you drop. Your heart mind drops in the body. You don't care to have that. And the spirit drops in the body. The God force. And you don't want that. So you are constantly in a high uplifting direction. This is your motivation because you sure as heck don't want to drop down. You don't care to drop down into the muck. That's your motivation. Be cognizant, aware, and clear. Always. And remember also, you're merged with your God. You're merged with the kingdom of God, the mind of God. So your heart, mind, and the God, you're all together. You're high up in the body. Some of you might be up in the head. But you'll know how high it is. You'll know. You'll feel it. Where you're at. Take a moment. Step outside yourself and say, I'm getting, my frequencies are getting too low. I've got to uplift myself. Okay. Now, arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light, the halo. This circle of light hugs the equator of this planet Earth. And the light is our God-light energy, the gods within us. It's what the gods within us are what create our auric field. So, we're one. We're in bliss. Mind is stilling. The ego is asleep. And we create a sphere, a kind of a bubble around this planet, above it, below it, inside it, on it. And the sphere is impenetrable. Not only that, it saturates everything within the sphere. And it vaporizes all of the low frequencies. You can see it as it reflects and glitters in the atmosphere. You can see this at night, during the day. All you have to do is focus on it. You will see it. You will see it in the plants and all of the life, the trees. You'll see it. This isn't a figment. This is a reality that we have created. All of those who are asleep are still being saturated with this. Deep, eternal love. Golden white and pink light. Emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. The violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. The white fire. The purple transmuting flame, the violet ray. All of this is in the sphere. It makes up its field, its frequency. And we are encased in our own spheres, perfect spheres, with the same energy, the same saturating frequency of deep, eternal love. And it protects us from all attempts to harm us. Doesn't it make sense to any of you that why would we allow ourselves to be in bodies that were not protected? Think about it. Other than what we do and what we create that poses low frequencies against ourselves. So we're all protected. deeply so, 24/7. Do not let your mind dictate to you otherwise. Work and move with the heart, mind, and the kingdom of God. So now we begin to float up. As we're floating up, it's okay. We leave our bodies, but we're connected because we power these bodies. You can't separate from completely of the body, then you lose the body, see? So you have to stay connected because you're basically powering that which carries your God. So as we do float up effortlessly, we immediately call out through invitation of the other pieces of source, the other pieces of us, the other brothers and sisters, who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. These are all the light energy beings who are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. They're everywhere. They're in graciousness. They're in full generosity. They are in full compassion. They are in humbleness, peace, benevolence, tranquility, calmness, joy. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this circle of light. They're gods with our gods. And they come in the gugaplexes. One gugaplex fills this entire universe. It's pluralized, which means that they are spilling into other universes. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all the angels, all the civilization who have been assisting our civilization for eons. In love and joy, in peace and kindness, in support, and protection, and prosperity and abundance. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in joy, peace, kindness, generosity, humbleness, full and compassion, non-judging. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this now, in this meditation. And they come in the trillions. And they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy continues to expand. We call upon the Ascended Masters. These are those who have left or ascended out of body, left the Matrix, and have returned to assist us, the civilization, this liberation. They take a risk of being trapped back in the Matrix, but it's a risk worth taking because they love all of us, every single one of us. And just to name a few: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Elmora, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Abundantia. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in peace, joy. They are in full compassion. They are in kindness, generosity. They are in tranquility, benevolence, non-judging, and only those who are of the highest deepest eternal love can be with us. So they come arm in arm, hand in hand, in massive numbers. They're gods with our gods. In this now, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. We are all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of hollow earth, Garta, inner earth, beneath earth. All of these civilizations who are only of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in peace, joy, benevolence, kindness, full in compassion, non-judging, humble, generosity, tranquility, and they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation. They're gods with our gods. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely saturating all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders, our other brothers and sisters, other parts of Source. Only those who are of the highest of deepest eternal love, from the highest of deepest eternal love, can join us. They are in deep peace, happiness, bliss, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence, non-judging, full in compassion, and arm in arm, hand in hand, they have been assisting us in our evolution, in our ascension, in our enlightenment, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. They're gods with our gods. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. We are all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We call upon our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, and only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us. They are in peace, joy, benevolence, kindness, generosity, humbleness, non-judging, full in compassion. And they come in the billions. In this meditation, in this now, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude. And we're all one, we're all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, saturating all the sacredness of space, unending eternally. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in, above and below this planet Earth. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. Only those who are in the highest of deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this now, in this meditation. They are in generosity, full in compassion, non-judging, tranquil, benevolent, blissful. And just to name a few, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. There are trillions of them, shapes, sizes, colors that we have never ever seen before. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, as we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is everywhere. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this meditative sphere. And it holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. And it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. It saturates everything with deep eternal love, highest frequency. It nullifies all the low frequencies. They cannot exist with the high frequencies. They dissipate and they fall away. For the greatest power in all creation, in all existence, is deep eternal love. It is the greatest by far. There is no other that can touch it. And we are filled with this. It saturates our subconscious mind. It saturates our very being. We can feel it flood us. We are emblazoned with this deep eternal love. We are deep eternal love. Isn't it amazing how we've been convinced that we're separate from ourselves? It floods us. We begin to reprogram the subconscious mind because it is all that we are is love. And we fill the subconscious mind with love through the heart mind. We saturate the mind with love. We still the mind, and the ego begin an eternal vacation. We look down upon the planet and we see all of our brothers and sisters, all life, everywhere, on top, above, everywhere. And they too are flooded endlessly with this, the highest frequency that there ever has been, ever will be, and ever is, ever. Deep eternal love. This can transform this planet in a matter of seconds, and is eventually, as more and more of this civilization join us on their own cognizance and their own motivation, We will continually transform this planet and the civilization to a much higher frequency of joy, peace, prosperity, abundance, disease-free, aging-free, all of it. And it has already begun. Feel it, flow with it. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close this out. more we understand and embrace who and what we are, everything continues to change in an upswing direction. So we continue to immerse ourselves in the gods that we are, increase our vibrational frequencies by communicating with ourselves, being kind to ourselves, being forgiving to ourselves, being in love with ourselves, being at peace, stilling the mind. Imagine you really don't have anything else to occupy you because you're full of moving more and more into love and peace and joy and omnipotently powerful. Take this with you the rest of the day, into the evening, night, the following morning. We will be back here September 21st, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern.